Hello and welcome. This video is about modding Command and Conquer Tiberian Wars. My microphone has died, so I'm using text-to-speech. This tutorial assumes you have a basic understanding of 3ds Max 9, that you speak English and have installed the plug-in and required applications to get all this stuff working. If you have not done this, please use to get the required setup. Firstly and foremost, this screen presentation was brought to you by Tibwars and it remains his property, however it was not in English. What you hear will not be a translation, it will be an audio presentation brought to you by Splat, another modder of C and C3 Tiberian Wars. Audio is optional. I could follow this without the need of added talking, however I have made this video in an effort to get more people started in modding Command and Conquer 3 Tiberian Wars. Firstly, we set up the images to the correct format. This can be done in varieties of ways. You may decide to do this a different way later following a new tutorial. This is a beginner tutorial. The method used here is most basic and can in fact be done better. Please note the diffuse map is square of 512 pixels wide. So here you can see that the desktop contains the XML generator from the mod SDK and also image editing software. Opening up the image editing software, we see the shader map application will automatically make the specular and normal maps we need for this tank. Normal maps are like bump maps in Command and Conquer. The specular map works like this for now but could be set up better. Again, the texture XML can be found in jonwils tools using the link provided. Load of maps. Dragging and dropping the 3ds file into Max, we may see various unwanted items like cameras and lights. Please delete these now. Line up the tank so the tank faces right in the front viewport. Now we look into the code we are going to use. Let's pick the Predator tank in the mod SDK from GDI. What you see here is one of the main methods in working using the mod SDK to its best potential. Looking up the bone and effects reference helps us to have the tank drop tread marks where the tracks will be, and to shoot bullets from the turret base. Here you see the first bone is the start point and the next is the finish point. When you have finished copying this tutorial, play around with the bone, move it a bit, or remake the one unit as a new modification and compare the results. A prolate GH for poorly lined audio. Please note the XML files have documentation files. Look for the XSD folder and read up for good tips from PA. Let's start off by splitting the model into components that the game can refer to in the XML file. First up, we shall cut the tank to parts identified in the PT1 tank file. Looking it up, we see barrel, then body, then turret. Make sure you follow the steps linking objects in the correct order I suggest. Saving the file as a new name before continuing to follow along. Save often is always recommended. You can use to open XML Notepad or Notepad++. Suggested best option is Notepad++ as it can be better. Having both Max and Notepad with PT1.xml open is highly useful and should be considered best practice. If select by element grabs the whole object, then I recommend you merely choose by polygon and manually select the parts seen on the screen. The detach command is used to separate things. It only allows us to edit where the tree works from, and also allows the game to manage lining up the parts correctly, only if they are set with the correct axis orientation. Rotation of axis is important, pay due care here. Once this tutorial is completed, please return here and change the pivot of something multiple times to see how much it can affect your model.